It's pie time.
Due to some violent content
intended for mature audiences.
Parental discretion is advised.
The following program is closed captioned for the.
I was eating ass today.
You're excited. That little trick.
No.
Where are you bringing your ass?
Leg it down.
Sorry.
God damn it.
Stupid little button.
It's Wednesday. Now the thing fired.
Oh, the stupid news went. Well, you give a little bibbity bobbity boo.
We kind of got started on time tonight.
Don't tell them. No one else is watching. Oh, damn it. Shay's here. All right. Well, Shay notices.
I almost feel bad. Like I feel like I'm going to endure the wrath of Shay.
Well, you were only 3 minutes late, so it's fine.
Shay, do us a favor. Let me know everything sounds okay. No echo, whatever. You can hear everybody.
Sounds good over yonder.
And whoever else. It's so weird. We had the issue the other night. That was something. By the way, I've started the process of fixing that. The problem we have with that is my voiceover stuff and my podcast, this stuff is all kind of meshed together. And to get one to work, you have to move this thing over here, and that one's got to go there. And to get the other one to work, podcast or streaming, you got to go this one over here. That one's got to go there. This one's got to go like that and like that.
A lot of finger fucking, all right, guys?
Yeah. So I'm getting the process of separating the two. So I'm not even going to use the same microphone for this.
Hey, Septic Girl. Hello. Happy Wednesday. It's our last show of the week. We are off on Friday.
It is Wednesday. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Because Nadia's got her LSATs
Just
on
the one.
Saturday.
It's not plural, just the one.
Oh, I thought it was called LSATs.
No, just the one.
Am I thinking of MCATs? Is that the medical one?
I think it's just an MCAT.
Oh.
The T
Why is everybody else singular now? I thought we were plural anymore.
Law school admissions test. Just that's what it else says.
Oh, that makes sense.
Then medical something admissions test. Yeah. So.
Hi-yo. Septic girl.
Haha. Shay had to go back to the office today. Ha ha.
I'm sorry to hear that. Speaking of office, I got an email from our friend Brian Whitaker, and the subject was dang. And I hadn't read it, and I was like, ooh. Anytime I see it, you get email from certain people, you're like, I hope it's DMRG on Fire News.
Yeah. I hope it's hot gossip.
It wasn't.
Oh, it's just regular.
Yeah, it was something else. But
oh, well, that's whack.
It's wiggity whack. Not just whack, it's wiggity whack.
Shay said she's been back today, just everyone was there, and she was reminded that she works with some dumb shits. That's, yeah.
Such as most offices, I would say.
Yo.
You work with dumb shits?
Do I?
Or do you not want to say anything?
I'm probably the dumbest one there because there's only 7 of us.
Ooh,
and
good
I'm the
answer.
only one who's not a lawyer, so.
Good answer. Very diplomatic and self-effacing.
I'm probably
Is that the right word?
One there. I'm not the most needy, but I am probably the least intelligent. Yeah.
Give me stuff. I need things. I'm high maintenance.
Yeah. So there's that.
There is that. How was your Monday and Tuesday?
On Monday we did this show. Tuesday was fine. I could tell I'm getting older though, because birthdays, I don't really care about birthdays and my birthday anymore.
Yeah.
Like it just usually the night before your birthday when you're like 6, you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna wake up in the morning. I'm gonna be another year older. It's gonna be my birthday. I'm gonna do lots of things. Pretty sure I took a Xanax and like smoked a bowl and went to bed.
That's you'll do something for your 30th, probably your 40th.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just another day where you what do I need?
Yeah, we're gonna go out and get drinks this weekend because we didn't really do anything for my birthday because I have to take my LSAT still. So
right.
Like go and do fun stuff this weekend. But yeah, pretty much just waiting for my LSAT to be done. Shay said that is a fantastic birthday. Nothing beats a little Zanny Zan. Little sleepy sleep. Yes, Lord. Oh, and then also, so yesterday I went to my chiropractor. He's amazing. Is
this your Florida story?
Yes.
Okay. Because I was going to segue into some old people stuff since you brought up birthday.
Oh, old people stuff. Oh, well, you can do that.
Oh, just real quick. I've been for the last week. I've been dealing with plantar fasciitis.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Not the plantar fasciitis. Oh, when we had the show on the air, Moose, like the one day came in and was like, "My feet hurt." Bah! So we went to like the foot doctor and everything, and came back and like, I've got plantar fasciitis. Like it was some like he was gonna die. Like
I didn't go to the doctor.
2 weeks to live.
That's bullshit. You're making up all that stuff.
And then
I went to Dr. Google and found out I had plantar fasciitis.
Oh,
I didn't go to.
You went to the doctor.
No, I didn't go to the doctor.
Oh.
You fucking
well, and then
bag of snot.
I was like, Moose, you're being so dramatic. And then like 2 months later, I had it, and I was like, ow, my feet hurt.
My feet hurt. Yeah.
My
It sucks.
foot's going to fall. Yeah, it's not comfortable. I had to get the little like bands to put around your feet to help with it. Like an old bitch.
Yeah. I have it's getting a little better, and it only because of Dr. YouTube. I found these two old physical therapist guys, and there's some stretches I've been doing, so it's getting a little better, but god damn it. I had the plantar fasciitis before, and it hurt like in the arch of my foot. This time it hurt in my heel, and I think that's proper plantar fasciitis. But anyway, Lynn Phoenix's Hy-Vee is ramped up to hold my beer stuff.
Does that mean they're firing more people? Is that
oh, yeah. I saw something in the news. They're letting, they've given 500 people in the executive levels the option of working to retail, to moving to retail. And Jody told me that, and I was in my head like, I mean, I guess that's better than not having a job. Like you could accept that, do the job while you work on getting a better job. Like it's a rebound job.
Yeah.
It does seem a little disrespectful in a way.
Yeah, it's like a little undermining, kind of like patronizing a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, you've been doing a great job for us in our marketing presentation department. You want to work the meat counter now?
How do you feel about pork loins?
Yeah.
Specifically, you putting them in brown stuff and wrapping it and giving it to other people. How do you feel about that?
Shay said, I think, isn't there something about it needing to be a reasonable offer for a different position? I don't know. I haven't read the article.
I think we've talked about this before, them giving executive officers the option to work, the meat counter.
But I thought it was mostly they're going to give them the, it's the first story on KCCI. Citing economic and retail industry challenges, Hy-Vee asked 500 corporate employees to switch to retail. Here's the thing, Hy-Vee. Stop overextending yourself. Clothing stores, restaurants, you're opening more stores, presumably with these things in those stores in Minnesota, Indianapolis, or Indiana, or whatever. $100 million on F1 sponsorship. Who spends that kind of money who's not from Europe on Formula One racing? Nobody. Nobody does.
Oh, Hy-Vee. I know that the downtown one, the 4th and Court one, they are changing like all the time. And they will actually have a Hy-Vee worker work at the Wahlburgers, which makes sense because like the Wahlburgers is in the Hy-Vee, but it's seriously like one girl.
Then there's that, yeah.
And she's working and ringing up stuff for the entire restaurant and also like the rest of like the little food court area. So it's always like a shit show. I don't understand why are y'all doing this? And then in the best fucking part, the fact that they released those ads where it's like pink in the background, like you are perfect.
You don't see those anymore. Those stopped airing at least 2 weeks ago. But yeah.
And they were like, we love our employees. All three of you.
The timing of that was just so perfect because they started about, I want to say 3 weeks before they had the big layoffs where our friend Fisher was a part of.
Yeah.
And they continued after those layoffs. And I remember seeing one after the layoffs. I'm like, why haven't they pulled this spot yet? You know,
Yeah, Lynn said they canceled the Minnesota stores.
I saw that, and they sold a couple other properties. But I mean, this is all after the fact, right? Leading up to the layoffs from a month or so ago, you know, they were buying up land in Tennessee and Indiana, Minnesota at the time. You know, the Wahlburger shit. I mentioned the restaurants, the goddamn clothing store. I remember they opened a fucking clothing store on Fleur Drive. I'm like, this is a grocery store. I get it. You're trying to do something different, but I don't think anybody goes to the grocery store thinking, I'm going to get a cashmere sweater. You know?
Yeah. Remember when we mentioned that on the air and then we got in trouble that we thought it was weird?
Yeah, well, can't get in trouble now. That was fucking weird.
That was fucking weird.
That was not just weird, it was stupid.
I remember that, like, feeling that way with Target, though, too. Like, I remember when I went to a super Target for the first time, I was like, this is dumb. Like, why? And the only place I've never felt that way about was Walmart, because from the time I was a kid, Walmart was always like, hey, you need some corduroys and also some fucking green beans? Come on down to Walmart. But I remember when Target started doing it, I was like, this is suspicious. And then when Hy-Vee started doing it, I was like, this is suspicious and dumb.
But it's dumb because it's different. I think when you start as a department store and you expand into the grocery sector, I think you can do better business than if you started with grocery and try to expand into department store stuff. Now, if Hy-Vee had actually expanded, not just the clothing store, but had a full-on department store where, you know, there's goddamn a sporting goods department over here, you know, hardware over there, that might have worked. But it was just like, here's the liquor aisle, and over here we have some blouses and some jeans. And then to the right of that, we have pickles and condiments.
I did buy a blouse from the Hy-Vee on Floor Drive.
I will admit, some of the stuff, even Jody mentioned, like some of it's not bad. So
it's cute because it's not like Hy-Vee brand. It's a different brand that sells clothing other places. So I was like,
and you know, somebody Hy-Vee, when they came up with that idea, was like, they thought, well, Target, Walmart sells groceries. We sell groceries. We can do department store stuff. Okay.
Let's become the next high. Mongo said, if I want to buy shoes and clothes with my groceries, I'll go to Walmart.
I know. I think the places like Walmart and Target, they've kind of trained us to know what to expect. It's you go in there and there's like a certain mentality where I'm going in to buy a throw rug and, you know, some sheets of paper and office supplies. And, oh, yeah, maybe I'll pick up a frozen pizza and some pineapples.
Just because.
That mentality, like, makes sense to us. But you're going to Hy-Vee because, you know, you're either going to get the biweekly grocery run, you know, fill up the cart, or you're going there because, oh, shit, I forgot mustard, you know?
Yeah.
Paprika. You know, you're not gonna take that time to be like, well, dinner can wait another half hour. I'm going to go look at these slacks over here, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Shay said Mongo also hates Menards because he can buy milk there. I hate Menards, okay? Don't get me started on that fucking place. There is nothing more unsettling than walking through a fucking hardware store and seeing like, hey, do you need some pinto beans while you're here? Like, who thought this was fine? Who thought this was a good? And the other thing that pisses me off is the fact that they sell Menards merch. The audacity. Yeah. They sell hoodies with save big money at Menards on the hoodie. And they're thinking, yes, you know who our fan base is? They're the people who will come to Menards and blow a bunch of money on some home renovation project they don't want to do in the first motherfucking place. But then they're going to buy a hoodie, a bright green lime neon hoodie that says save big money at Menards.
You're essentially saying, let me give you money to advertise for your store. Like they should be giving those out. Like you should take that, go to the manager of the store, be like, you need to give this to me if you want me to wear it. But that's the other thing. Like I think Menards, my guess is their business model, it all starts with like small town Iowa, Minnesota, Missouri, where there's not a lot of options for socks, milk, beef jerky.
Yeah, that's true.
So they
Ooh.
build a Menards and they kind of encompass all the, not all the aspects that are needed, but they're definitely an option. But yeah, I'm with you on that. I walk into Menards and I'm like, okay, dog food. All right. I'm here for some light bulbs and some, 12 gauge wiring. I don't want to buy cereal today. Thank you.
Lynn Phoenix said Hy-Vee also had the balls to call someone who they were eliminating their position to change their LinkedIn post about it. Because they were being offered a retail position, their position wasn't being eliminated, even though the choice is retail or leave. So someone made a post on LinkedIn saying like, "Oh, got let go," and they were like, "No, you didn't."
Their position was eliminated. If they're telling you your position, you're going to vacate that position and you're going to go do retail or leave, that's elimination.
Yeah, that's what that is. God damn, dude. I wish there wasn't a Hy-Vee.
If you're on a reality dating show and they say you can either leave or go clean the bathroom and take out the trash the rest of the show, you've been eliminated from the show.
Right.
Derp, 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 derp.
Septic Girl said, I went to Wahlburgers once and it sucked. I do not like Mark Wahlberg. He was a big fat fucking racist like in the 80s and 90s and like blinded an old Chinese man.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. That story never gets brought up ever.
Like the one time at work, I was like, oh, we should get Wahlburgers. And my boss, Keith, was like, Mark Wahlberg sucks. And I was like, what? And he told me, and I said, oh,
you haven't heard of that before?
No, I was born in 95. I didn't hear that.
I thought you would have heard of the story by now.
No, so Mark Wahlberg is kind of the worst. Funny enough, Hy-Vee did a reality dating show on HSTV in a grocery store. I know. I was, God, I'm really ruining all my prospective like jobs with Hy-Vee to ever act in any of their commercials. Maybe that's why I don't get picked. That could be it.
I don't think it'll matter.
I will say though, I was salty because there was a certain grocery store that was doing a certain commercial that I auditioned for. And I was like, oh, that's a good audition. And then I saw the girl who got the part over me in the commercial. And I was like, really? This is what we went with, guys. This was the vision. Okay.
I know. Anyway. Speaking of who got the job, Colin Farrell got a job from me. Kind of. Oh,
yeah. Was it the Honest Trailers?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is for like a company out of Minnesota called Cambria. They make like quartz countertops for kitchens and shit. And so I was working with them on a project, and I forgot that it was a kind of almost like a spec spot, which means it's not necessarily going to run, but it's like we want to produce it and show people how good it is. So they'll say, yeah, let's do that. But I saw the final product just last week, and I was like, hey, that's fantastic. I replied to the guy. It wasn't me, but I said, hey, this came out really good. You guys did a good job. But honestly, as I was listening, I was being very objective. I wasn't like, who got the job that I didn't get? Let me see. They're not good. I went to it a very objective ears, and I listened to it, and it wasn't that good at all. And then I found out it was Colin Farrell, and I was like, really? He's actually a good actor. I'm really surprised that this one did not work. Like, he kind of shit the bed on it.
Yeah, the same girl beats me out for this certain grocery store chain commercials every time. And I have no idea why. And we look, I'm not going to say the same, but we're both like light-skinned Black women. And I'm like, fuck, why does she beat me out for this every time? Every time. I'm going to find her.
Do you have her picture? Can you send me your picture?
No, I have no idea what her name is. I just know she's the bane of my existence because she's costing me money.
We'll just say
losing me money.
We'll just say TV actor Pol Pot.
Yeah, I might have to slash her tires or something.
Can I complain about my brother a little bit?
Oh, yes. The hot Werawata brother T drama extravaganza.
I should say, let me preface this by saying he has since apologized. And soon after we got let go from Loser. He unexpectedly reached out and let me know, how am I doing? Do I need anything? He was very, very much, asking, trying to be there, trying to help out.
My sister didn't even wish me a happy birthday, that dumb bitch.
But I got a text from him. This was like not this past Friday night, but the Friday night before. And it's like Friday night at 8:55. It's almost 9:00. It's Friday night. I'm tired. I'm on the couch. The kids are in bed. Jody and I are trying to relax a little bit. I get a text from him. Says, hey, did you happen to borrow my bench grinder? Now, bench grinder is a tool. It spins these wheels that are very rough and you sharpen tools with them and whatnot.
Right.
So I said, oh, yeah, sorry, didn't know it was yours. Let me know when you want to get it or I can drop it off.
Oh, I thought you were the other. Okay. I thought you were the white text. You're the green box. Okay.
I'm the green. So let me back up here. The bench grinder's been sitting in my dad's workshop for a while. About 2 years ago, I went there for something and saw the bench grinder. And my dad's been, in the veterans home at the time for 3 years. He's not going to use it. So I thought, well, I'm going to grab it. I could use a bench grinder, sharpen the mower blades, whatever. Dad's not using it. Let's get some use out of it. Again, in my dad's workshop. It didn't occur to me at all that it was my brother's. That being said, when he said, did you happen to borrow my bench grinder? I essentially said, oh, yeah, shit, sorry. Let me know when I can bring it back. He said, it's okay. I've been wondering where it was for. Why didn't you return it when you were done with it, though? And
that's something you would ask. That is exactly something that you would ask. When I read this, I was like, either one of these could be Moose. Like the fact I thought you were on the left. I thought you were your brother and your brother was you, because those responses are like, all of them could be you. Hey, JR.
I don't know. To me, though, if my brother had said, oh, shit, I didn't know it was yours. Sorry. Let me know when I can bring it back. That's it. At the very least, I might do some passive aggressive shit when I picked it up. But
I know what I am. I would have done some passive aggressive shit.
So I said, thought it was Dad's. Shouldn't matter. Are you still, all caps, are you still using it? I said, no. He said, if you're done with it, bring it back next week sometime, please. What about the metal detector? And I'm like, yeah, I got that. And so right after that, I called him and I got mad at him. I was getting fired up through this whole text exchange. So I called him because I'm not going to do text with this shit.
Right.
And, he was saying shit that was like, the bottom line. So this whole thing stemmed from one of the dogs had gotten a rabbit and he wanted to put the rabbit out of its misery. Yeah. And at the time, I didn't really understand what he was trying to do to put the rabbit out of its misery. I figured, okay, he's got a knife or a machete he wants to sharpen up. Turns out he was trying to use an edge trimmer. You know what an edge trimmer is, right?
I do know what that is.
And all I can think is like the manual edge trimmer. Let's see if I can pull it up. It's like, it uses, there's a wheel next to these spokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it just rotates around and it's not something that's really supposed to be sharp.
Okay.
And also I was thinking that's kind of a gruesome way to do that. Like if you're going to put an animal out of its misery, I don't think running non-sharpened metal spikes on its neck over and over.
Well, if the dog got a bunny and the bunny is suffering, why is he taking the time to text you and be like, you're going to borrow the thing? Like, I feel like you would improvise, maybe grab like a baseball bat or like something else.
Yeah.
Do that. Or like,
So let me pull up the edge trimmer I believe he's talking about. Now, I don't know for a fact, but this is what he said. And so, yeah, edge trimmer, right?
okay.
So those spikes look sharp. They're not. It's all kind of like scissor action where it's like, the pinching between it does the job. That's not what you do to put an animal out of its misery. But yeah, to me, it's like, if it's that big of a fucking deal, go to Home Depot and get a bench grinder or go get a machete,
But it won't live that long. Like if the animal is suffering, it was bleeding out, it's not going to live for you to go get the stuff. You're like contradicting yourself. If you're like wasting all this time trying to find something to put this animal out of its misery immediately, and you're wasting 30 minutes like arguing about it.
But there's no, like you said, there's no bat, there's no cinder block, there's no... I mean, there's ways to quickly put an animal out of its misery. I think I can think of at least 5 other things in a typical household that doesn't involve a fucking edge trimmer.
Like any Midwestern junk drawer, I think could probably get the job done. I also am like always torn on that because like, let nature run its course, but also suffering.
Yeah, I get it, but here's the thing: it's like you essentially picked the well-being of this fucking rabbit to burn down this relationship with your brother.
Oh my God, he did not burn down. You guys are so dramatic. Oh my God, it must just be a you guys thing. You guys are so dramatic.
Well, to me, it's like, this is not worth picking a fight about,
It isn't, but I could honestly, in my brain, I could see you doing the same fucking thing. Like, I can. Oh, that's so funny that you were the one on the right. I swear to God, you were the one on the left.
I think because you thought I was the one on the left, you think that I could do this, say these things.
I just read it and I was like, oh, so that one's Moose. Like when it was like, why didn't you bring it back when you were done with it though? That is exactly something that you would ask. I think you and your brother are really similar, and now it's a problem.
I don't think so. I don't agree with you at all. I don't think I would say these things. I don't think I would take this tact. Bottom line is like, where is this all coming from? It's not like I borrow shit and 10 years later I bring it back. I told him when I borrowed a tree lopper, a pole saw from my dad, I gave it back to him within a week. It's like, and also I didn't think this was his, and I offered to bring it right back. So, and also what was bothering me about this is like, he was Mr. I'm going to help you, let me help you out. Do you need any money? How you doing? But this is a $50 bench grinder. Why not just say, if you're being so fucking compassionate and giving, why not just say, just keep it. I'll go get a new one.
Well, the him helping with unemployment stuff, that was like over a year ago. He said it. He said as much within the last few weeks. I don't think those are unrelated.
You think they are unrelated?
Those are two. After all my practicing for the LSAT and logical reasoning practice I've had to do, those things are unrelated. They're not mutually like. Just because he did one doesn't mean he have to do the other. He can be annoyed that you have his saw. Okay. Now, could he use some sharing stuff? Maybe. But I think that is pretty a dumb fight to have. Well, and I'm not saying one of you or the other one is wrong. I'm just saying overall, grand scheme of things, it's kind of a dumb fight to have.
I think I agree with you to a certain point. I think part of the issue is there's other things that their tentacles are kind of they're in this dynamic here.
Sure.
So I think that's a big part of the problem. And I won't get into that here, but it was very disappointing and not what you want to hear on a Friday night at 8:50.
Yeah, that's like not ideal timing, but
family. Let's do stupid news.
Just a stupid little button here.
Stupid news.
Stupid news. 7:30 Central Time on this here Twitch thing. What's up?
We're going into the wilderness. because we're going to Washington State. Great place.
And I should point out real quick, my brother apologized. We talked on the phone after all this, and he apologized. We worked it out, but it
Moose
still
is like-
kind of bothers me a little bit.
Moose is like, I still hate him though, and he's out of my will. Thank you.
So we're going to Washington.
We're going to Washington, where a woman in her 40s was using the restroom at Olympic National Forest. And I want to go there so bad. It looks so cool. But anyway, so she's, on the toilet doing a little tinkle tink when she drops her cell phone into the toilet, which makes me think that she was pooping because everyone is on their cell phone while they poop. So the best part is so she took apart the toilet seat to try and get her phone out. She tried using dog leashes to get it out, which is so creative. Eventually, she took the leashes to help support herself, which failed, and she slid into and fell into the vault, the toilet vault. I'm assuming this was a porta potty.
Yeah, the bucket, the big. Yeah.
She falls into the shit bucket head first. And so she's trying for 20 minutes to get herself out. She could grab her cell phone and call 911 for help. She was trying all these things. And crews responded to the mountaintop, and they made a makeshift platform by passing them down to her. And after making it tall enough for her to stand on, they pulled her out. But
Whoopsie.
she was uninjured, didn't want to be transported. She was washed off because all that blue shit is in there.
Yeah, who knows what that's going to do to you.
And she was strongly encouraged to seek medical attention after being exposed to human waste, but she only wanted to leave.
And she probably stank.
It stinks. Nice and good.
Could you imagine, if my phone falls into a porta potty? Oh, you belong to that now. I'm not.
Yeah.
No, hell no.
I wanted to throw it out there. If you're at a porta potty and you drop your phone in the toilet, do you go after it? Do you try and retrieve your precious iPhone 15 or whatever it is?
It is one with the porta potty now. You
I know,
belong.
right?
I'm sure there are other cell phones in there. Y'all go on, be friends, have a good poopy life. I'm not. No, she really tried to get down in there to get what is on this phone? Are there launch codes on the phone?
Well, and it's all backed up for the most part anyway to the cloud. It's not
That's
like you're
what I'm
losing
saying.
pictures or, your contacts or, theoretically, it's all synced up, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's probably just purely, they paid $600-800 for that phone and did not decided against the protection plan.
I was gonna say most people have insurance on their phones. I dropped my phone in a toilet once when I was drunk in college during Drake relays. And I remember messaging my mom on Facebook and being like, I dropped my phone in the toilet. Can we get the insurance? Because I'm not fucking getting that out of there.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this. Shay said, that's why I don't pay $800 for a phone. If you're going to pay $800 for a phone, you might as well pay the $15 a month for the insurance. You might as well, because stuff like this happens all the time.
Yeah. This phone, remember I won this phone with the HBO Max thing?
And then tried to get a better phone from them. Yeah.
I asked if I could pay to upgrade to a bigger one. Feels like I'm feeling like a bad guy tonight. I really am.
That's not a bad. You're not a bad guy.
But so I won this phone. So I'm pretty sure I just decided to get the insurance on it because it's free anyway.
Might as well. I don't know if Tyler got insurance on my Apple Watch or not, but he probably should have because I'm a mess.
I don't know anymore. Like the Apple shit, it all starts at about $200 and goes up from there. So what's another $50-80 for the insurance?
Exactly. So that's stupid news. It's horrendous and gross.
It is gross.
Jeez, that's stupid.
Stupid news every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30. Another happy birthday, Nadia, to you.
thanks. Okay. But I do have to tell you this funny chiropractor story.
Oh, yeah. The best Florida story ever.
I wouldn't say ever, but it's just funny that I know somebody who has a story like this. Okay. So I go to my chiropractor on Tuesday and I asked him like, oh, how have you been? Because he was out for a couple days because he was in Florida. And, he's telling me, he was like, I had the weirdest experience in Florida. And I was like, dish girlfriend, like half of the time when I'm there, like 20 seconds is me getting adjusted and like 4 minutes is us talking shit. So anyway, he goes down to Florida to do like a chiropractor speech summit, something, I don't know. And he goes by himself, like his daughter's in college, whatever. And his fiance's at home with the dog, and he just goes by himself. And he said he was, he gets done doing his talk. He's got 2 days to kill. So he goes and like finds this nice place to have lunch. So he's, eating there, finishing up, and he sees this group of people. And he said, hey, what's something I should do while I'm here? Or, whatever. They get to chat, and he tells them he's from out of town, blah, blah, blah. And they said, oh, well, you should go to this place. We can give you a ride on our boat. And I looked at my chiropractor. I said, Braxton, tell me you did not get on a fucking boat with these people. And he's like, so I got on the boat with these people. I was like, you idiot. And he said they're on the boat. And he said that the vibe kind of starts to change a little bit. And he's realizing that these people are swingers.
Oh, yeah.
And they're looking for a participant in.
Hey, you want to fuck?
In shenanigans. Now they said they also had him put on a pink helmet when he got on the boat, and I was like, well, that's a weird sex thing. I can already tell. It was a pontoon. That's how you know they're assholes. It was a pontoon, okay. And my chiropractor is terrified of dolphins for some reason.
Of dolphins?
Dolphins. I didn't ask why. Didn't anyway. But so he was like, we're out in the ocean, deep waters. It's like a 30-minute boat ride. And he was like, I'm with these people who are being very weird and like touchy, like touchy and flirty with one another. The conversation is kind of edging over that way. And he goes, and I look in the water and I see fucking dolphins. And he's like, all these terrible things are happening. And then they turn on Trump rap.
What's that?
About Donald Trump, and not like sarcastic either, like
praising him,
like praising Trump rap. And so he's sitting there, and these four people are all like rapping Trump lyrics to him while dolphins are circling the boat. He's got a pink helmet on, and they all want to bang him. And I was just like,
do the other people have helmets on?
No.
So he's got a pink helmet. Nobody has any other helmets on. That's so weird. It's almost like that's the marker to signify who the plebe is, the fresh meat is.
Yeah.
Ooh,
and he said, we get to where we're going, and they drop me off. And I said, thank you. And he was like, but I was really out there thinking, like, they're going to throw me off of this boat. Shay said, that's what you take from that story. Exactly, Shay. Moose looks at weird parts of fucking stories, okay? These are things that we know.
No, but I just want to clarify, the helmet thing initially sounded like a safety thing, and therefore everybody has a helmet and a life jacket on, whatever. But the fact that he is the only one with a helmet is very odd.
Yeah.
I mean, everything about this story is odd, don't get me wrong, but it's the icing on the cake of the oddity.
Yeah. So that was his story. And I was like, this is why you don't get onto boats with people. Do you forget that the ocean is vast and unforgiving and terrifying? And you're going to get in a boat with people you do not know.
I mean, yeah, that could have ended really bad. He'd been better off getting into a car with a guy who said he had candy and puppies to show him.
Like, at least in a car, you can bust out of it.
Yeah.
And go somewhere. An ocean. The only place you're going is down.
But when they started cranking the Trump rap, he was thinking, I can't jump in the water, the dolphins.
That's exactly it. He was scared of the dolphins.
Yeah. That's so weird.
And he was like, so the next 2 days I was there, I just didn't talk to anybody. It's like, probably for the best. Don't be getting in boats with Floridian.
Don't just everybody don't go to Florida. I mean, even Disney, even in Disney World's going to get the fuck out of there. There's no good in Florida.
My bosses are going to Disney World with their kids in June and it's the kids, like first time going to Disney World. Both my bosses are going because they're brothers. And the one I was asking him about, he goes, "Oh, I'm just going to be shit-faced the whole time." He's like, "I hate Florida."
Yeah.
Probably a good idea. You're going to spend $4,000 at Disney World day one. So you might as well get drunk.
I feel bad because Evie's 10 and she's probably close to that age where she doesn't give a shit about Disney World. I'd imagine a couple years, but with pandemic and all that being locked down, I feel bad that we haven't been, and I don't want to, but I think every kid should go to Disney World or Disneyland.
Well, here's the good thing about going to Disney World is it's a tourist attraction. So there are a lot of people there who are not from Florida.
Right.
The surrounding areas don't go.
And the ones who are from Florida work there, and they are programmed to act a certain way and to, hey, keep your crazy in the locker, behind the building. All right.
Exactly. Precisely. Now, I will say Disney World has some weird effect on adults where they act dumb. Like they just kind of are. They're like intoxicated by like being with their kids and being in this magical place. And they just kind of turn to like dumb, stupid people from what I've seen when I was there. But Shay said that's too many people for someone that hates people. Well, yeah, Shay, don't go. Yeah. I would hate to see Shay at Disney World. Jesus Christ. I mean, I think I would enjoy it because I think it'd be about 37 seconds before she karate chops somebody in the throat.
I know. The first time I see somebody fuck with like one of the characters or entertainers, I'd just be like ready to leave, Because you'd see that one person who's going up to Goofy and be like, "Hey, is it hot in there? Is your name Mike? Let's see, hey, can you..." It pushes them a little bit, There's always that person.
See, my abuelo worked at Disney World, so we got him for free.
Nice.
Thank you.
We need lots of edibles, says Mongo. Indeed. Shall we do Am I the Asshole?
Let's do it.
Oh, I still got to get that bumper made for Am I the Asshole, where every Wednesday we look at a post from the Reddit subthread, Am I the Asshole? Now, I think we have a couple options. There's the piano recital one, and then there's the, let's see, it's down below.
No, that's the only one.
There's a couple down below. Well, we'll just go with the piano recital because
okay, great.
It's easy. I don't think there's any real question, but this person posted, Am I the Asshole? Let me see. Oh, has it been locked?
It shouldn't be.
Oh, wait, here it is. Okay, here it is. My husband and I have a 13-year-old daughter. She plays piano and has participated in several plays in and outside of school. Now, here's the thing. My husband invites his mom to every performance our daughter has. Not saying he shouldn't, but, all caps, many times she'd put my daughter down and point out where she messed up and what she needed to work on. Hello, she's not even an expert in this. The mother-in-law is not a piano expert. This happens every time. My daughter's picked up on these negative comments and her self-esteem kept getting low, and by extension, her performance kept getting low as well. I told my husband his mom needs to either stop putting our daughter down or stop coming to her plays. He said his mom is the grandmother and should be included in these events as, quote, support. Our daughter had a performance this past Wednesday. I told my husband that his mom can sit this one out, but he said it was too late because he sent her a link of the date and location of the event. I sighed and said nothing. Mom arrived late, like 20 minutes late, sat next to him and kept pulling him close while whispering in his ear. I just rolled my eyes hard. Once the play was over and after we got a chance to see our daughter, who looked nervous and shaking, mother-in-law looked at her and said, "Let me just say that today's performance was disappointing." My daughter was in shock, and I was floored completely. My daughter started crying, then rushed away. Mother-in-law then casually said, "Oh, I have to go now. I have an appointment with the salon for Chloe's, her other granddaughter, birthday party." I was fuming. I told her what she said to my daughter was not okay and that she made her upset. She said something along the lines of, "Just telling it how it is," then left. We went home and I lost it on my husband, telling him his mom just keeps putting our daughter down and it's not right. He said I'm being overdramatic and what his mom's doing is just constructive criticism. I told him from now on he needs to stop inviting her to our daughter's performances. He said I was being ridiculous and that I shouldn't expect his mom to be excluded from her granddaughter's life like that. We had a big argument and now my daughter isn't even interested in playing anymore. My husband said I was way out of line and shouldn't use our daughter in my fight with his mom. He also called me controlling and vicious. Am I the asshole?
No.
No, you're protecting your kid.
Also, that's constructive criticism needs to have something you can do to like
constructively to help you get better.
This is just a crotchety old woman like tearing into a fucking 10-year-old or 12s or something. Like, what? No. And also, just telling it like it is. People love to say that. Just telling it like it is as an excuse for being twat waffles.
Mongo said
that's what they do.
I'd smack that bitch in the mouth and kick his ass. That's the thing. This goes back to that other Am I the Asshole where like the husband went to a weekly dinner with his family, but his wife was not invited.
Yeah.
Remember she went to the same restaurant. It's just kind of the same ballpark. You have to be together as a couple and as a family. Like that's your family now, your wife and your kid. The people like your dad, mom, uncles, they're extended family. They're not family. They're extended family. They're on the fringes. They're there for, hey, we're doing a Thanksgiving dinner. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
But the main family thing is your immediate family. And it just blows my mind that people don't grasp that. Like if this was happening, I mean, Jody did it to my mom. She chewed her out because she didn't, want to go the extra, quarter of a mile to the skate rink for her granddaughter's birthday because she was frustrated.
Yeah, I don't understand. And also when he says, you shouldn't expect the mother-in-law to be excluded from her granddaughter's life like that. Well, maybe your family members don't just get access to your life. That's not it's a privilege. It's not a right. If you're being a shitty person, you do not get to see your grandchildren. That's how that works. That should be a rule. Like if you're going to be a terrible person to my child, you will not get to be around her. I feel like if it was a kid in school who's being an ass to her, the dad wouldn't react that way. So why is it okay when it's an old woman who clearly fucking knows better? Why is that okay? I don't understand.
Because she's probably skated her whole life being either enabled with that behavior or just never getting caught,
Or just no one called her on it. Tyler said it's so cringe when people discourage kids. Just tell the kid they did great, you serial killer.
I know, yeah, especially if it's something the kid likes. I mean, and that's not, the husband is a fucking asshole. There's nothing constructive about that. And he's not taking any kind of her side on this.
Well, he probably grew up with it. He probably was used to that.
Yeah, he probably, again, I hate to bring it back to me, but, he probably wasn't aware of just how fucked up it was. I didn't know that my mom was a narcissistic asshole until about a year and a half ago.
Shay said, I feel bad for what would be about to happen to someone that talked to Gwen like that. I, again, would hate to see that, but I would pay money to watch it.
I mean, if I'm this woman and the husband says that, I'm telling him we're going to marriage counseling like next week. Okay.
Yeah.
Because this is unacceptable to me. And I'm not going to get the therapist to tell you you're wrong, but you're about 95% fucking wrong here.
Somebody said, next time you and your husband are intimate, roll over afterwards and say, let me just say that tonight's performance was disappointing and see how he likes that constructive criticism.
Hey, who wants to hear that, in any context? You practice, you worked hard on whatever it is, Well, so what do you think, boss / whoever? It's what you did there, that effort you put in is disappointing.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear that. There's a way to say that you're not happy or you don't think something turned out right. But
Exactly.
that's not
There's
the
a
way to do it.
And not to
well.
a child.
I hope
Someone
that-
said next time your husband does anything, put a dish in the sink, goes into the bathroom, gets out of the car, tell him each time he's doing it wrong and it's a disappointment. I would refuse to be in a marriage where my husband thinks nothing of how his daughter is treated. I would not want my daughter around that, and a 13-year-old kid is able to voice who she wants to be around.
Yeah, I think that's too passive aggressive. I think you just flat out say, you know, you're fucking wrong. And if you don't agree with that, we can go to marriage counseling. You know? And it's like, it's your kid. There's no like, I'm going to do some kind of, you know, Lottie freaking Das shit. I'm going to make remarks about his dishwashing techniques or whatever. Brr, brr, brr. No, you come out and say, you're fucking wrong. Your mom's a bitch.
More or less. See, once
More.
somebody's like petty, then the petty floodgates are open and like, I'm not responsible for what I do. You know what I mean? Like, I can't be held responsible. I don't understand on what planet this woman thought this will make the child better. Because really, when you're around kids and like anytime I'm around our niece, our step niece, she's 11 now. I'm always just like, okay, what can I, you know, like I want every interaction with her for her to leave feeling like she's smart and she's valued and she's talented. You know what I mean? Like that's what you should want every time you're around a kid, is to, when you are no longer with that child, for that kid to feel smart and valued and whatever. And if you're not doing that, then go fuck yourself. Like,
I know there's kids are so impressionable and fragile and eager, and especially if they're your kid, like they crave your approval and your guidance and I mean, not my kid, she hates me, but
yeah, of course you're her parent, she's supposed to hate you.
But and so if you come out with anything like that, I gotta imagine it's soul crushing. I said, like, every time I talk to Evelyn, I'm always kind of like, am I fucking her up for the rest of her life? You know?
Like, I walked into the office today after grabbing my lunch, and one of my boss's kids were there. He's got two kids. And the one, you know, she's like, look at me spin. And she spins once and she's like, look at me spin. And she does the same spin. And you know what I say every time? That's amazing. That is life-changing, world hunger ending, world peace, thriving, amazing. I've never seen anything like it before, even though you just did the same thing 2 seconds ago.
I know. It's not super hard, people.
And here's the thing. Kids are so simple too. They don't even know if you're lying. Lie and say she did a good job. Even if you don't think she did. How about that?
I just saw this story and I want to quickly touch on it. You know what CinemaCon is?
No. Sounds like a movie thing for nerds. Is it?
Wait,
is it the Call of Duty thing?
No, CinemaCon is like, it's kind of like new movies are being premiered, talked about. Like they revealed the Batman 2 sequel is going to happen, and Robert Pattinson and the director coming back. Well, Olivia Wilde, who, you know, she was married to Jason Sudeikis.
Oh, okay.
You know, Ted Lasso. Yeah. They were married for a while. They got a kid or two. She was presenting some movie she's worked on, or it's called Don't Worry, Darling. She was served with custody papers, legal documents from Jason Sudeikis.
While she was talking
While she was presenting this thing, like on stage and everything, a manila envelope marked personal and confidential was placed on stage. Apparently custody papers from Jason Sudeikis.
That's petty as hell.
I don't think he, I mean, I would hope not. I don't think he has any control over what the server, when they deliver it.
But you feel like as the person doing the serving, you'd be like, this isn't a good time.
I imagine if they were standing to the side of the stage with a manila envelope and Olivia Wilde, who's, you know, she's a celebrity and she's pretty and she's probably desired by people. that would maybe cause some security concerns.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've never been what are they called? Server?
Yeah.
Service?
I can't remember what the hell they call them, but yeah.
She was briefly interrupted when an unidentified person approached from the front rows and slid a manila envelope across the front of the stage toward her. This is for me, ? Wild asked. She retrieved the envelope and opened it. However, like a pro, Wild was not rattled by what must have been a shocker. With her personal life put suddenly on public display, the filmmaker continued addressing the audience, made up of largely of exhibitors about her project. After the trailer played, it was met with great applause. Wow. So they heard last night it was, initially they thought it was an unsolicited script, but no, it was child custody
papers.
Legal documents. That's
a process
crazy.
Server. Yeah, shit.
Process server. Thank you. How crazy is that?
That's nuts. I hope she bangs Harry Styles.
I think she already has.
Oh, nice. Even better.
Yeah.
He loves older women, dude. That's his thing. She's not old, but I think he's like 30, maybe like 32 or something.
She's probably 10 years older than him.
Yeah, most of his girlfriends have been like 10 or 12 years older than him. It's kind of cool. Kind of baller.
But I've never done this before, but can you tell the process server, like, hey, serve it to her when she's on stage giving a presentation about her stupid movie?
I'll have to ask Ling at our office because we have to do she has to contact process servers all the time for like wills and estates and trusts and whatnot. But I think the person they have to find the person first. They have to know where the person is. They could have just given it to her at her friggin' house.
Yeah.
But Jason Sudeikis said he had no idea that was going to happen. So,
I mean, that's what he says. The guy's an actor.
As he slips the guy at 20, I had no idea.
Whoopsie.
That was happening. Oh my God. You want another 100? No clue. That's nuts. Oh my God.
Wow.
Whoopsie.
Whoopsie.
All right, so we're off Friday.
Yes.
Are you done studying for the LSAT?
No.
Okay, so what's your plan? Are you going to study the rest of this week?
Yes.
Okay. And then did you get your webcam thing figured out?
I did. Yeah. I'm just going to use mine from the show for Saturday.
All right. Well, make sure you give yourself plenty of time to plug it in, make sure there's drivers and all that.
Yeah. I've tested because I brought it in yesterday to work to see and tested all the equipment then and it worked. Because what my other one was doing is flashing. And I realized that it was just that webcam. So I'm just going to use this one and starts at 11. So I'm probably going to get there at 8 just to sit and be nervous for 3 hours. As I do.
That seems like a bit much.
Yeah, I'll probably do a little last minute studying and then I'm going to get drunk as shit. I'm going to get drunk as shit.
And so you do the test Saturday. When do you find out the results?
May 18th.
Okay. So a couple weeks.
Yeah, 2.5 weeks or so.
All right.
And then I'm going to get drunk as shit. And then if I get into law school, I'm going to get drunk as shit. And then when I'm in law school, I'm going to get drunk as shit. And then if I have to take the bar exam, I'm going to get drunk as shit. Shit drunk with the shit gang. Birds.
You will be the drunk lawyer.
Every lawyer is drunk, in case you didn't know.
That makes sense. All right. Well, good luck with the LSAT. If I don't talk to you before then.
Okay.
We're all proud of you.
Don't be weird about it.
Let's all take a moment to just appreciate Nadia.
Don't be fucking weird, dude. End the show.
Just making it awkward.
Yeah,
all right.
I know.
That'll do it for us. We'll be back on Monday. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. That'll take out any advertisements that blare in. I hope that while we were shitting on Hy-Vee and Menards, that there was a Menards spot that played or Hy-Vee. That'd be great. Until Monday at 7 p.m., thanks. And thanks to you, Ray Ray.
God damn it, Rodney. Goodbye.
As for me, I'm sitting here completely naked after my bath. I'm going to hopefully sleep with the first person I meet. I hope you do the same. You gotta live life, huh? Does that sound good? Great.
Good night, Ben. Good night, Moose.